There are so many different power station options. I've been lucky enough to test and review a bunch. When it comes to your money, there are only a couple of brands I trust now, and EcoFlow may have just taken the top spot with their new Delta 3 Max Plus for a couple of reasons. Not all power stations are created equal, and this one should definitely be a top contender for your overland setup. It is a powerful, portable unit. It has the ability to reverse charge your vehicle battery, and it has something I've never seen before in a portable power station. And that's the 30 amp DC plug. Of course, it has the ability to charge your devices while you're on the road. It's a great looking unit, so let's take a closer look at the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max to see if it's something you can benefit from. Welcome to Unwinding Roads, or welcome back to Unwinding Roads. If you're new here, my name is Teddy, and I like to get out and adventure. I also do reviews on things that might help you on your adventures. Power stations being one of those things. Today we're talking about the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max Plus. And this seems to be their newest 2000 watt hour unit that is portable. And this is a portable unit. Its measurements are 12 inches tall by 19.5 long and 9.5 wide. And it weighs in at about 50 pounds. This is, to me, the best looking power station. Also, these handles are very comfortable to grab it with. Remember, it is 50 pounds, so carrying it with one hand, I mean, if you're in good shape, it'll be easy to do. Just something to be aware of. Carrying it with two hands is not so bad, but it is quite a bit of weight. I absolutely love the top of it, the way it looks. Also, it is stackable. If you're buying other EcoFlow units, you'll be able to just sit it right on top of here. So if you're looking for a unit that will fit in the back of your truck, in one of the seats, this will definitely do that. I've actually just stored it in the middle section of the seat when my kids take up both sides. Today, I've got a camping trip with my whole family and my good friend, Hunter Mike. I actually brought my smoker, my Traeger with me, and this EcoFlow unit is going to be powering the smoker for, I don't know, 4 hours or so. It's also going to be running my heated mattresses in my tent trailer. It is below freezing. I want my family to be comfortable. So we're going to be putting this thing through its paces and see if it's a unit that you would like to get for your trip. The EcoFlow Delta Max Plus is absolutely small enough and portable enough to take on your adventures. It also has enough power to last you a weekend without needing a recharge, most likely. On this day, we were lucky enough to have decent weather. However, it was around freezing temperatures. So something to take note is the power will most likely last you a little longer in normal temperatures.
Starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Just joshing. So last time Mike made ribs, it was a 10 out of 10. This time, we got them in the smoker. Do you think it's gonna be 10 out of 10?
Yeah, but this is a different class. There's slow cook and then there's smoked. These are smoked. We're aiming for 10 out of 10.
But if okay,
I'm listening.
if there is one that's better than the other, I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying there is because it's kind of different, to be fair. But if there was one that's better than the other, which one would it be? Slow cooked or smoked? That's
Personally,
a good question.
I'm gonna go smoked.
Ooh.
It's very hard to tango with smoked ribs.
So what you're saying is smoker running off of the EcoFlow might make better ribs than just slow cooked.
Hands down. If you're asking me, I'm gonna say that this was probably the smartest thing that he's ever thought of.
I've thought of a lot of smart things.
As the evening came, the temperature continued to drop. However, the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max Plus just kept plugging away, helping us make the best ribs we've ever had.
You do things? Save that.
Okay.
So we've had the smoker running for 5 hours. The ribs are finished. Time to eat them. But let's check on that EcoFlow and see how much battery we have left. So as you can see, we still have a ton of battery left. We still have to run the heated mattresses, 2 of them, in the tent trailer. So we're gonna be doing that tonight. That is the beauty of running a unit like this, is you have enough power to do pretty much whatever you want. She drinks coffee boiling hot. Oh my goodness.
Did you see that? Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Mike, you nailed that.
Really?
Out of 10.
10.
Are you serious?
100%.
It's a different category.
Yeah, different category.
Joking.
See?
This is really good. 12.
12?
Feels just off the charts on everything.
Yeah.
I can really appreciate. You know what? I'm bringing you everywhere. Anytime I cook something, you come.
All right, we are fed. We feel good. Now it's below 0. So again, we have the EcoFlow running. I have my wife and my son sitting in a heated chair with a heated blanket. Again, running off of the EcoFlow. We're sitting currently at 80%.
With our bellies full and still tons of power left on the EcoFlow Delta Max 3 Plus, we gathered around the campfire. It was now powering a heated blanket and heated chair for my wife and my son to be comfortable. That night, we absolutely needed our heated mattresses. The tent trailer's battery died and the heater stopped working. We cranked the mattresses up and stayed warm enough through the night.
All right, so we are wrapping up our camping trip. The tent trailer is already half down. We got this thing down to 18%. It was running the 2 heated mattresses all night on maximum. I ended up running out of battery in my trailer, so this thing really did save the day with the heated mattresses. The heater wouldn't work in the trailer, and it is below 0. It did work. It did the job. I scratched it on the side here. Dang it. What makes this unit very special in the overland world is it finally has a 30 amp DC plug. So for those of you running diesel heaters off of your cigarette plug, this is going to solve those problems when the diesel heater just doesn't start. I've seen a lot of people running it off of the AC. You're just wasting precious power when you're out off grid. This is a 3000 watt unit. It charges super fast. They say it'll get up to 80% in about 68 minutes. just by plugging it into the wall. And it does have a surge power of 4,800 watts. But what does that mean for you out here when you're camping?
So the whole real reason why we're out here is really just to hang out, and there is a Canucks game on. We're from Vancouver, so we're big Canucks fans. Even though they're on a losing streak, you know what? We're not going to get into it. So we are going to watch the game tonight, and we're going to be running it off of my new EcoFlow. We've got a monitor, we've got a speaker, we're going to have some slow cooked ribs. We should end up having a very good night.
All right, so we had the EcoFlow
Delta 3 Max Plus.
running all night, running the diesel heater. And as you can see, we've got 69% left. We also had it running the laptop and a speaker to watch the game, which we lost. Now, in order to run your diesel heater off of the DC, you will have to get some sort of cigarette plug. Those are usually available at your local hardware store, or you can order one of the plugs that you see here, and I'll link that in the description as well to get you set up. It does only have a weatherproof rating of IP20, which means you got to keep it inside. Now, there is little hacks you can do. You can put it inside of like a bin, a tote, and it should be okay with that. It does have a feature that will stop the condensation inside, so that's a little helpful, but you're gonna wanna keep it inside and dry. For those of us with a rack, that could be a problem. I'm actually swapping out for a cap, so this thing will stay nice and dry. There is a couple of little features that I wanna go over with this particular unit that's different from others, primarily with the ports. I'm going to show you the more common plugs first, which is all on this side, but on the other side is where the real magic happens with EcoFlow's ecosystem and what they've done with that setup. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is this screen. I mean, that's a great screen. Look at that. Might show up with funky colors on camera, but it's a beautiful black and white screen. Everything is nicely displayed. You've got your 4 AC plugs, and this is where I messed up. You have your 4 DC ports, which we'll get into in a second, but here you've got AC1 and AC2, which would be this side is 1 and this side is 2. Originally, I thought this was DC and this was AC like every other unit there is, but that's not the case. What that means is in the app, which we'll also get to later, you're able to prioritize where the power goes. So if this thing, let's say, hits 50% and you don't want your diesel heater to be taking all the power, you can prioritize your fridge.
So in the app, you'll be able to see your usual information and do the usual setups. Turn on the AC and stuff like that. But with this power station and its priority setup, you'll be able to set that up for your preference. Basically, if you'd rather run one appliance longer than another as the battery drains, you can do that through the app and the Delta 3 Max Plus.
The DC plugs, there's no button for those. You just turn them on. You've got USB-C 140 watt, 2 USB-C 45 watts, and a USB-A for the dinosaurs. That does it for the ports on this side of. We gotta check out the other side. That's where the magic happens. The first thing I'm going to mention is these doors. I really like what they've done here. You open it up, and usually this is it. For most stations, you just end up with this door that could very easily break. They have it sort of like a nice drawer. You can slide it in there and you don't have to worry about it breaking. Both doors are the same. Here you're gonna have your inputs. You got your wall plug here. You can charge it fast or you can adjust. For the longevity of the unit, leave it on adjust. If you're in a pinch, you can put it on fast. 2 ports for solar. If you have a permanent one, you can plug it in here. And then if you're set up at camp, you can add those ones here as well. That does it for this. Now the magic ports. Here you have your 12 volt. There is a button to turn it on. And this cigarette plug will start and run your diesel heater. So will this plug. You will need an adapter for your Anderson plug. I believe that's what they're called, to set it up for your diesel heater. This is a new plug from EcoFlow. This will be for your expansion packs. I don't have one yet, so I can't demonstrate it, but it looks like there is a clip here. So once it's plugged in, it's gonna be nice and sturdy, and then you'll be able to stack your expansion pack up top, have one nice unit. It'll be a little heavy, but it'll be a ton of power. This also allows reverse charging if you choose to go with the EcoFlow alternator charger, I believe it is. I don't have EcoFlow's alternator charger, so I won't be able to demonstrate that, but that's the plug that will allow you to do that. Now with all of this power, it's also nice that in the case of an emergency, you'll be able to run your appliances at home. Okay, so I pulled out my fridge and I ran it off of the Delta Max for 1 hour. We use 7%. So according to my calculations, that's about 14 hours of fridge time you'll get out of this unit. That is great if you're stuck in a pinch and you don't want the stuff in the freezer to start thawing out. This will handle the fridge no problem for half the day, a little over half the day. It'll also run other appliances as well. The TV, for example, if you have kids and you're stuck in the dark and they're just annoying you, you could put on some Paw Patrol or Bluey or whatever the kids are watching these days. So who is this unit for? If you're going on 3, 4, 5 day trips, this is probably something you're gonna want to have with you. Generally, I use a 1000 watt hour power station. Depending on how I use it, it won't be enough for those 4 or 5 day trips, especially running the diesel heater. Something like this would be able to do it, especially now that you don't have to run the inverter to run the diesel heater. I do believe it's the only one that will do that. Drop it in the comments if there is other ones. I don't know of any other ones that have more than a 10 amp cigarette plug. Anyways, EcoFlow, thank you very much for sending me the
Delta 3 Max Plus.
If you want to get your own, of course, the link is always in the description. Until next time, go away, get lost, and unwind. Life's like a movie.